So this came up. SaNder, you've done practices, right? Like yoga and kriyas. Yes, I would say practices has been done. There's nothing wrong with practicing. So natural. Practicing to become better in something, like a work-related skill. Practicing to become a better speaker of the English language. There's nothing wrong with practicing or the lack of practicing. So practicing was never done when it comes to yoga and kriyas. It was never done to attain something. There was not the sense of that there was something else which was better. There was no idea or belief that practicing would lead to a certain type of enlightenment or a lack of separation, as there was already no sense of lack nor a sense of wholeness. There was just simply practicing or doing activities, either yoga or playing football or reading or talking or going to the toilet, just natural, just a natural reality, I would say. There was no additional belief or feeling that any practice would make this more or better than what it already seems to be. There was a contentment already, even when doing practices. There was just practicing for the fun of it, not out of a neediness, or maybe this will be better when I do the practice, or there are those who are better, there are those who are enlightened, and because they are enlightened, I can become enlightened by doing practices. There were no such ideas or beliefs already. There was just an interest in doing practices. Practices were enjoyed, I would say, but there was no sense of me enjoying the practice. There was no idea or belief that practices will make my life better. Whose life? There was never a sense of having a life which needed better, which needed to be better. How could there, when there was no sense of having a life or a sense of wrongness? It was already just simply what it is. Innocent and effortless, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing practices. Practices can be very helpful. They're not helpful for you as a separated being besides this. So in a way there's just this. There has always been just simply this. And we can call this the me. We can call this beingness. We can call it life. We can call it snow on a tree. There's always just simply the directness of whatever seems to be happening. There's nothing else, not even nothing else. This is it. There's just you. There's no separated you able to become more you, or there's just the self. There's no separated self to become more the self. There's no separated self to can become less self. When there only is the self, or there's only this, it's all just simply words. And I get it. Some don't like the word self. They rather would hear there's just energy or life or this. The word self may induce a certain aversion, which is all just innocently this already. Not liking certain words over other words is already innocently this. So not liking the word or the suggestion that there is just the self is this already. There's no issue with words or claims or suggestions, or it's just what is. So but for the sake of this, there's just simply this. This doesn't even need to have a name, and at the same time the naming is this already. There isn't something else, something hidden, something more substantial, something more sacred. There's just the natural reality, innocently, spontaneously, and effortlessly